The latest Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C. area housing market stats have hit, and I don't think you're going to believe this. As always, my name is Chris Colgan with eXp Realty. I am a realtor here in Northern Virginia. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel here. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, shoot me an email, info@colganteam.com, or text me anytime. So Bright MLS just dropped these stats, and one thing that completely blew my mind, and I'm going to tell you some of my personal experiences as well as someone who sells real estate here full-time in the Northern Virginia area, but they actually came out and said August of 2024 was the slowest August in over 16 years, going back to 2008. So why could that be? One thing could be the changes with the National Association of Realtors. I didn't really notice a big difference, to be honest. The biggest difference is now in the MLS, there's no longer compensation offered. You actually have to sign an agreement with an agent to go out and look at houses. We've always handled it professionally, and we've always done that pretty much anyways, but I actually have not seen that really affect the market. But actually, why is that? Even though interest rates have come down a little bit, they were in around like 7.5, and we are now seeing people get around 6%. And if you need mortgage help, that is definitely something that we can help you with. But one thing that was interesting was I just did an open house here in Gainesville for a client that was selling a property of ours, one of our listings, and we had 20 people come through the open house. It was listed around $525,000, so 20 different buyers. So that is really busy, but I am seeing different price points take a little bit longer to sell. So a lot of it is still location, location, location. So we're going to break down every county in this video, but Bright MLS goes on to say there was actually 4,351 sales across August, which was 5.1% lower. And then they say that the median sales price, in August was actually still up 4.6% year over year. And buyers that on the sidelines have still had little time to make a decision, right? There's only a median days on the market of 10 days, which was 8 days in last August. And so, you know what? Inventory though is still creeping up a little bit, but you know what? At the end of the day, there's still not a lot of houses for sale. Even driving around here in Gainesville and Haymarket or anywhere in Northern Virginia, you just don't see that many real estate signs. The one thing, like I'm saying, is when you're talking the upper price ranges of $800,000 to $1 million, a lot of people have just been priced out of the market, especially with the slowing down economy and all that. So let's talk about each individual county and what's going on here in the Northern Virginia real estate market. All right, so one of the things I like to do is I like to start a little bit further out, and then we'll work our way into Arlington and Alexandria. If you do want to skip to your county, we put the chapter links below. And like I said, text me anytime. Most of my buyers and sellers come from YouTube or Instagram, and we pretty much know everywhere in the DMV area. So let's talk about Culpeper County. A lot of new construction going on out there, still pretty further out though. You know, you're talking still an additional 45 minutes outside of Gainesville. New listings is up 12%. New pendings are up 28%. Closed sales down 17%. But look at the median sales price is up 7%. And then they're at their 5-year average of 105 listings, and then average days on market is 35 days, and then houses are selling for 98% of asking price. So what does that mean to me? That tells me that Culpeper, yeah, prices are rising. There's a lot of new construction out there, but look at that. It's taken over 35 days on average for a house to sell. So that could be a market that I'm gonna watch. It may soften up a little bit. You'll see some sellers start to reduce somewhat. But again, you know, 35 days average to me is still pretty, that's still pretty much a seller's market from what I am seeing. Now we do have some listings in Arlington and some other areas that are taking a little bit longer to sell, but let's keep working our way around and see what else is going on. All right, next, one of the more popular counties is going to be Fauquier County. New listings are down 1%, new pendings are up 2%, and then the closed sales are up 27%. But one thing that really shocked me was the median sales price in Fauquier is down 3%. So we see some people starting to adjust some prices. Active listings, we are at our 5-year average. Days on market 17, and people are getting 99.5% of asking price. I did see some people in the Warrenton area start to really swing for the fences on their asking prices, and I think that could obviously have an effect, and you got to start to reduce. But we did put on a listing over in Warrenton for 625, and we got 625 the first weekend. It was in the 20187 zip code. So the market there can move, but it really depends on what part of Fauquier, and Fauquier is really a huge market, as you guys know. All right, let's talk about Frederick County. This one kind of interests me. That's going to be Winchester. Ton of people moving there. New listings are up 12%. New pendings are up 19%, closed sales are up 10%, but the medium sales price is even, hasn't gone up or down. But then look at this, active listings is at 283, which is a 5-year high. Ton of new construction out there. I've done a bunch of new construction videos for Winchester. Average days on market around 30. People are getting 98% of their asking price. So that market out there in Winchester softening a little bit. But like I said, that's pretty much the only area that you're seeing these large tract brand new construction neighborhoods that I used to see out here in Loudoun and Prince William. We're not seeing those around here anymore. Let's talk about Warren County, which would be like Front Royal, Linden, all that. A lot of Airbnb, second home people. New listings down 10%, new pendings down 30%, so a lot less sales. Closed sales, though, are up 30%, or excuse me, a lot less houses going under contract. Medium sold price, even 385,000. That may be a tune that we're going to see here, a theme. I mean, it's going to be consistent. And then you go back to active listings, 158, average days on market 29, and then people are getting 96% of asking. So if someone has a $100,000 house, on average, they're taking $96,000. So really, that area out there, Front Royal, Linden, is kind of softening a little bit for sure. Talk about like Stafford counties. That's gonna be Fredericksburg, Stafford, obviously, Spotsylvania area. New listings are down 3%. New pendings are up 2%. Closed sales are up 12%. Medium sold price is up to 515,000 or 3%, and then active listings 286, which is above the 5-year average. Days on market 23, above the 5-year average, and then people are getting 99.2% of asking price. So houses are kind of going for what they want, but houses are sitting a little bit longer. If you get a little bit further out in Fredericksburg, some of those houses are taking a little bit longer to sell for sure. Fairfax County, the big one, which has been consistently just a hot market. Usually when we list anything for sale in Fairfax, or we have a buyer, it's very competitive. New listings, though, are about even. New pendings up 2%, closed sales down 7%, but prices are up 3.6%, which is going to be like an average market to a medium sold price, $741,000. Now, this really doesn't shock me, right? Active listings, they're below their 5-year average. Average days on market, 16 days. Average house is getting close to 100% of asking. So as you get closer to the Beltway, closer into DC, with a lot of people doing less flex working, you are seeing a lot more buyers pick Fairfax, wanting to get closer to the Beltway. As I said, wanting to get closer to DC. So Fairfax County remains strong. Let's talk about Prince William County, probably one of the more stronger markets, I think. So many data centers coming in here, a lot of new jobs. New listings are down 2%, new pendings are up 4%, and then closed sales are 8%. So one thing that tells you about a strong market, right? Less houses coming on the market, more pendings going up for sale, like more houses going under contract, and closed sales up 8%. And then medium sold price is up almost 5% to 578,000. Active listings are at their 5-year average. Houses on average are taking 16 days to sell, and then 99.8% of asking price. So Prince William's still a very strong market, not as strong as I would say Fairfax, but still a really strong market. One area that I was really curious about when I did this was Loudoun, which the prices in Loudoun have gone, just so high. But let's take a look what's going on. So Loudoun County, new listings up 3.6%, new pendings up 6.2%, closed sales 0.6% down. Medium sold price, $740,000, up almost 9%. So Loudoun still a really strong market. Active listings, 565, above the 5-year average. Houses are taking about 2 weeks to sell, which is around their average, and then people are getting 99.8% of the asking. By the way, comment below where you guys are watching from. I would love to know where you're watching from as well, and we're going to do some more lives. We're going to break down some different cities and all that around the Northern Virginia, DC area. Finally, let's end on Arlington and Alexandria. Alexandria City is on fire. New listings up 4.8%, new pendings down 10%, closed sales down 20%. Medium sold price up 9% to 680,000. Active listings below their 5-year average. Days on market 21, and then people are getting 98.7% of asking. So really hot market. A lot of condos around there though. One that's going to really shock you right here is going to be Arlington. New listings down 22%, new pendings down 14%, closed sales down 2%, medium sold price down 1%. So prices are actually down in Arlington. But then look at that, 5-year, they're at their 5-year, below their 5-year average, almost at the minimum of only 293 houses for sale. Average days on market 23, and then people are getting 98.9% of asking price. So what does all this tell me about the market? If I was a seller, it's not a bad time to sell. Here's the thing I'll tell you though. A lot of people are having to reduce if they go in and overprice. You got to have a professional like me come out, give you a free home evaluation, tell you what we think it's worth, what work it might need. Like the townhouse that I mentioned earlier in the video, I had a company come out, they did some work for them, and they're not getting paid to closing. That's probably going to net the seller an additional $40,000. But you know what? If you're thinking about buying, you got to be strategic. You need a good lender, which we can definitely hook you up with. You need a good agent, which, you know, you're looking at the hottest, cutest, best agent. Okay, that's a little bit exaggeration, but you know what I mean. You need a good team behind you right now, and I'm seeing a lot of agents leave the business as well. So you need someone that's going to be good for you to help you negotiate a good deal, good areas as well, for sure. And we can help you with that. But it's to me, the election is probably going to have somewhat of an effect on this as well. And then of course I mentioned those NAR changes, but we will see. You know, a lot of people thought when the rates dropped where they have that would make a huge pop, but there's just not a lot of houses for sale. I would love to know what you guys think. Definitely comment below. It helps create some good dialogue about the local housing market, and I would love to see what you guys think. As always, we'll see you at the top or from the top.